Continuing from a couple of minutes ago, let's try this again. We are at the stage where this is rendered, and I have it prepared through some filters so that I get this look. That is the only way I'd be able to produce Heavenly Bride as fast as I produce it now. Heavenly Bride is a 3D comic. It used to be hand-drawn. You saw, if you were here for the earlier stream, you saw the crappy artwork. But let me remind you how terrible I am at drawing, shall we? Let me get this to go down. Down, 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 do, down, da, doobie, doo. Yeah. No, I mean, I don't make a living at this art, so... I went to 3D because I wanted to solidify the styles, because, yeah, I'm more of a writer than I am an artist, you see. So, I went to 3D, solidify styles. All these years later, I'm now able to produce things that look like that. So, yes, Heavenly Bride has become a 3D thing. But now we're going to move to, yeah, that one panel up close. Oh my god, and I enjoy doing it this way, I admit. So panel 3, the final panel, into Corel Painter 2020. People are like, Heavenly Bride is traced. Yes and no. It depends. There's some panels that I have done entirely from scratch because they're either from the character's imagination, and when it comes to some things, the 3D look just is not going to do. So I have to hand draw. It really depends. But I'm sorry, you can get all mad about how I use this method now all you want, but I love how it looks. I am very pleased with how it looks. I have spent, I don't know how many years, 20 maybe, working on this look. And if people don't like it, can kiss my butt, because, one, I don't see you doing the hard work. Two, I don't see you buying it either. Well, that's why I don't buy it. Well, that's okay, because you weren't buying it already to start with, so how is the city different? I have to ask. Yes, Parakeet. I hear you, sweetheart. Yes, Parakeet. Parakeet's like, please just feed me already. It's like, you'll get fed when I get this book done. Whenever I get this book done, currently Heavenly Bride is only available on Kindle. I did have it out in other places like Drive-Thru, but it never sold, and I wanted to be able to do a free book promotion, which have been running, and so I told all of the other aggregators to stop selling it so that I could do that and make Amazon the only one. You would think, oh, well, that's clever. Yeah, let me tell you, I have sold one book since I started this. It was in Germany, and I currently, according to the royalty meter, can expect 25 cents. That's, that's really close to slave labor if you think about it, tricking people to. But anyway, get me started on that. Yeah, if I were to do these streams more often, you'd hear a lot of unpopular political opinions. And I used to try so hard to be good, but I've learned that the people who can't accept that you aren't going to agree with them, I'm neither conservative nor liberal. I tend to have, it just depends on the issue, so I like to say I'm in the middle. But apparently there are people who think that means that you're a far-right extremist because you don't agree on something. You know what? You can kiss my butt. So yeah, about that. I have been a registered libertarian since I was 18 years old, and I have to say, I paid a high price for that registration. I went down to proudly register when I was 18, and the woman took my registration well, what are you going to choose? And I said, libertarian. Now, at the time, I don't even know why I said it. It just kind of popped out of my mouth. I didn't know that libertarian was a real party yet. So it just kind of came out of my mouth, and I was like, I like that. I'm going to go with it, because I didn't want to be Democrat, and I didn't want to be Republican. It didn't feel right. My parents were Democrat. Turns out I didn't find out till later in life. And let me tell you, that woman literally yelled at me for not choosing Democrat. Literally raised her voice and yelled at me. I'm glad I stuck to my guns. With the infighting I've been seeing and everything in the past few years, I'm really glad that I'm not part of either of that. I mean, who I vote for is who I vote for. Oh, you're misinformed when you vote for this. Yeah, you know, the problem is that that also means that I get to see how things are rigged firsthand. For example, I have this app on my phone. It's Vote something. But you can use it to look up your candidates and research your candidates so you can vote according to the issues, not because you're voting for your favorite football team. And I wanted to vote for a couple of Democrats, and I wanted to vote for a couple of Libertarians. It was not a major election. So I went down, and I knew I had a ballot because according to the Illinois website, because where I'm located, it was, you know, you know, your ballot, this and this is going to be on your ballot. But the guys here told me that that Illinois did not have a Libertarian ticket and would not let me have it and forced me to choose between Libertarian and Republican. That was the only election in which there was a Libertarian that I really, really wanted to vote for, so I was just a little peeved off about that. And, you know, and that's when I learned that there was no one to report that to. So I've got to see all sorts of little manipulations like that where I don't get to vote in the primaries, or I'm not allowed to do this and that other. When the big voting happened this year, they went and they printed my ballot, and I looked, and yeah, about that. Yeah, you can't tell me rigging don't happen on both sides. One good thing about this method is I'm actually learning how to do things that I couldn't really get down before. Like, there's been a way I've been wanting to do mouths, and I have my own unique way of doing eyes and mouths that I still bleed into this because it needs to be mine, whether I use 3D or not. As a matter of fact, the characters themselves, I spent years